all of a sudden I was talking in an Irish accent, and now I can't shake it. I just did a job interview in an Irish accent when I've never been to Ireland.
Foreign accent syndrome. It sounds fake, but for roughly 100 people around the world, it's very real. Welcome to Weird But True, your home for the strangest stories from the Post. The most recent case came from an Australian woman named Kim Hall. On Channel 9's A Current Affair, she detailed her bizarre story. After undergoing surgery for jaw cancer, she woke up with a totally different, and quite posh, English accent. Her own family said she sounded like Dame Judi Dench.
I think I might be an imposter. They say that I speak pretty much like a Yorkshire accent, and where it's come from, I don't know.
Now, you might be thinking Kim has been watching a little too much Downton Abbey, but it's actually an extremely rare neurological condition that tends to be brought on by a stroke or a brain injury. One patient even claimed her new accent popped up after a migraine. With just 112 cases ever recorded, foreign accent syndrome has a lot of skeptics. No doubt because it sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie.
Invasion of the body snatchers.
It's got no detail, no character. It's unformed.
All of a sudden, they're growing like parasites. Is it contagious? People are being duplicated.
How do you know my name?
The neurological condition has baffled scientists. However, language experts say it's not technically a fake accent. Speech pathologist Dr. Emma Charter explained to news.com.au that the syndrome primarily affects the vowels. So what happens is we as listeners match the change to something we're familiar with. Try explaining that to Althea Bryden. She's British but now speaks with a stereotypical Italian accent after recovering from a stroke in 2024.
No, I feel like a stranger in my own body. You know, and nobody can tell me what is happening to me. I keep saying to everybody, what is happening to me? Why do I speak like this?
She's not alone. A woman in Texas developed a British accent despite never having traveled across the pond.
Who would do this for attention? I don't know.
And much less discernible to Americans' ears, this English woman took on a Welsh accent.
However, I need people to understand how real this is and how I've lost my identity. I've lost part of who I am.
It's even weirder for a Los Angeles woman named Summer Diaz. She suffered a brain injury after being hit by an SUV while crossing the street. When she woke up from a medical coma, Summer had a grab bag of accents.
But this is just how I talk now. And sometimes it goes Australian, New Zealand, very, very English. I've even had a French one a couple times, so that's been a little bit different.
And it just keeps getting stranger. From Chinese.
She said, no, you sound like you could work at a Chinese restaurant. She said, yeah, you could work in the local China house or something.
To vaguely Eastern European.
Yes, okay, I speak a fun accent, so it makes sense. But for goodness sake, what is fun accent syndrome?
To Irish.
In the middle of a sentence, my accent just shifted. And it was the strangest feeling.
There's no rhyme or reason as to which dialect someone might suddenly take on. It's like a high school theatre production of My Fair Lady. Over the years, Australia's 60 Minutes has interviewed many patients suffering from foreign accent syndrome. Angela Yen was born down under, but a few days after getting her tonsils out in 2021, she woke up with the luck of the Irish.
Can I please get a strawberry milkshake and some potato fries with some extra ketchup?
Yeah, sure. Sound a little bit Irish, maybe. Maybe?
Well, how Irish are you?
I've never been to Ireland in my life.
Really?
Never.
Yeah, I can see it coming through very thick now. It's very prominent.
It certainly would make her popular on St. Patrick's Day.
Kyle, what are you doing? I don't know, I can't help it.
But there's a new twist to her story. After posting for years under the TikTok alias Angie McGinn, last week she shared this shocking revelation.
As you can probably hear that my accent's a lot more Aussie now, so essentially what I did is to teach myself to speak more Aussie.
Angie says her Irish brogue still slips out every once in a while when she's flustered or overwhelmed. But with a lot of practice, she has regained her native tongue. One fan commented, "Glad your accent is back. I've been following your journey for years." And for those viewers at home, don't worry, this Aussie accent is all mine. For more Weird But True news, be sure to subscribe to the New York Post on YouTube.